And good Monday morning to you. I'm meteorologist Jason Dunning in the ABC7 Weather Center. Typically I work on weekend mornings, but I'm filling in through the month of June, at least on Mondays through Wednesdays. So I'm here doing the video blog a little bit earlier today. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in the world of weather and also get you an update on the tropics, because there is a wave we're watching in the Caribbean that has some potential, at least, for development, although very slow development. So we'll start talking about that here in just a moment. Before we get started, though, I do want to say one thing. I want to say a special thank you to Dunkin' Donuts. Because of Dunkin' Donuts, this morning is possible, and I was able to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was somewhat of an early start. We go on the air at 5 o'clock, and we were on for a couple hours. Then I get a break for a couple more hours from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We have another show. It starts at 9, which is in a few minutes from now, so we'll go ahead and finish this update. But yeah, I do want to say thank you to Dunkin' Donuts. Coffee has become my best friend over the last couple of years since I've had to do morning shows. All right. Let's talk about what's happening in the tropics. I got to tell you, I'm also operating the camera, if you can't tell, on my cell phone, so it might be a little bit shaky. But let's slide down the row of weather computers here and show you what's happening out in the central Caribbean Sea. That's it right there, the broad area of low pressure that we're watching, very slow to develop. And over the next few days, we really don't expect to see a whole lot of intensification from this, but it could develop into a tropical depression perhaps by Wednesday or so. Then the question is, if it does develop into something, where is it going to go? Well, that's a pretty big question, and there's a lot of uncertainty. Over the weekend, the models thought that, referring to the forecast models, thought that the system would move out in the Atlantic Ocean over eastern Cuba. Now they're starting to spread out a little bit more. And this is the latest, what we call the spaghetti plot. So you can see the uncertainty. You have several models wanting to bring this into the central Gulf of Mexico, and then a few of them also want to bring this into the Atlantic Ocean out toward the Bahamas. The good news, obviously, if it takes this northeastern track, then it goes out to sea. It's also going to encounter a lot of wind shear out toward eastern Cuba, which would help to weaken the storm. It could perhaps get a little bit stronger if it takes this westward track into the Gulf of Mexico. But one thing I do want to show you is one particular model called the GFDL. This is just one model, so take this with a grain of salt. It doesn't mean this is what's going to happen, but we're looking here at Friday morning. You can see the isobars packed somewhat tightly just off the west coast of Florida, off the Tampa coast. This particular model has the winds at about 43, 44 knots, which would make it a tropical storm with winds at about 50 miles per hour. So we'll watch for this scenario to happen. Again, we're talking about several days away, not until the weekend. It's such a slow-moving system. Right now, it's in the Caribbean. You can see just in a matter of 5 days, it just moves a few hundred miles up to the north. So that's one thing we're watching. As far as today's weather goes, we're looking at a little stream of clouds. The disturbance in the Caribbean is producing lots of cloud cover, and there's an upper level low here in the western Gulf of Mexico. That's helping to pick up a lot of this tropical moisture and lift it northward. Here we are in southwest Florida looking at mainly clear skies, but we could see some more of these really high, thin, wispy clouds build in by the afternoon. That should help at least with our temperatures, maybe not make it so hot this afternoon. We're talking about highs in the lower 90s. Rain chances stay low today, but by tomorrow afternoon we're expecting to at least see a few pop-up showers, a couple of thunderstorms possible, and rain chances keep picking up as more tropical moisture surges in for the second half of the week. All right, that's your Monday weather update. Hope you have a great day.